So today we are in Genesis 9. We read about the story of Noah. So after the great flood, Noah and his family finally got off the boat, and so they settled on land. After they settled on land, Noah and his wife got drunk, and then there was something weird that happened between Noah and his son. And there's a big misconception about this. We're going to read about it in Genesis 9, and we're going to start at verse 18. And it says, the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. Noah began to be an husbandman and planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine and was drunk, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and he told his two brethren without. And then Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. I'll read verse number 22 again. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father. The nakedness of his father. When you read that, it's easy to come to the conclusion that he saw his father Noah naked. However, if we go to Leviticus 18 and 8, it reads, the nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Might be still a little too hard to understand, so I'll read it in plain English, okay? The nakedness of your father's wife, which is your mother, you shall not uncover. It is your father's nakedness. So the nakedness of your mother, it is your father's nakedness. So this means my wife's nakedness is my nakedness. So this means my brother's wife, her nakedness is my brother's nakedness. My friend's wife, her nakedness is my friend's nakedness. My sister, her nakedness is my brother-in-law's nakedness. So if we go back to Genesis chapter 9 verse 22 and we read this again, it says, and Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father. Wait a minute. The nakedness of his father is his mother, because Leviticus 18:8 says, the nakedness of your father's wife, which is your mother, it is your father's nakedness. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, which is his mother. His mother is his father's nakedness. The nakedness of his father is his mother. So if my son saw my wife naked, he has seen my nakedness, because my wife's nakedness is my nakedness. So when Ham saw the nakedness of his father, he saw his mother naked. Yes, Noah was also lying naked, but he was lying naked next to his wife. Both him and his wife were drunk, and they were both naked. But Ham could not care less about Noah being naked. He saw his mother naked, and he was lusting after his own mother. This is not talking about Ham seeing Noah naked. He could not care less. He was lusting after his mother, his own mother, after he saw her naked. And so he ran outside and told his two other brothers, Shem and Japheth, that he saw his mother naked. and they did not want to see their mother naked. And so they put a cloth on themselves and they walked backwards so they do not see their mother naked. Because if they had seen their mother naked, they would also begin to lust after their own mother, just like Ham did. They could not care less about Noah being naked. They would lust after their mother if they had seen her naked.